morning to all traders and welcome to another daily market insights video. Today is Thursday, the 4th of July. Happy Independence Day to all the US friends here watching today. I want to go over two very nice opportunities today, Euro Yen and the dollar against the Mexican peso. We have seen lately the safe haven yen as well as gold, of course, as the Swiss franc moving higher, and that is because the US-China trade war now is optimism from G20 summit is actually deteriorating. So on the other side, dollar and Mexican peso, we have talked about it last week. We're talking about prices start moving a little bit lower and Mexican peso start seeing some strength, and this is exactly what happened. And since today we are expecting the Mexican inflation figures to come out, I thought it might be a good opportunity to talk about it. Okay, so there will be consumer confidence, not inflation, sorry for that. Now, since we have not much data today on the calendar, only the European retail sales, also it's a good opportunity to talk about the euro, while the US markets remain closed. So I'm going to start with the weekly chart on euro yen. Okay, so what we are pretty much expecting to see here after following this sort of correction, impulsive, I would say, it's a break outside this triangle pattern. Okay, so we've had this ABC correction, have another ABC correction, okay, and this is actually what we're expecting now to see is after following the 3333 from up here, this is the last move. We want to see now prices breaking below that level. If we go lower on the daily chart, if not mistaken, yes, correct, the daily chart, before we got to the last rejection on the triangle down here, we've had an ABC correction within the triangle up exactly to the 1.5 Fibonacci extension. Okay, now considering this turns out to be some sort of identical formation on the downside, because we still are in a triangle pattern and we should be seeing the same identical moves with some sort of maybe smaller extension. We could be getting down to around 113, okay, if we pull the extension between wave A and wave B. We could be getting around 113.75 or 114.80, which is the end of wave B. Nevertheless, I would be expecting prices to soon start moving below this ascending trend line for another move to the downside. Now, if we go a bit lower on the 4-hour chart, we see how this could happen. So since we are in a wave C, I see this as an impulsive move, okay, with wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and wave 5 not yet completed. So I am expecting for another move to the downside that is going to take prices for the short medium term to around 119. We have some supporting signals on the RSI and MACD, and what we expect to see now is the break of the medium channel trend line, and then of course the break of 121. Okay, invalidation level, of course, in the medium term is 124.30. In the short term is the 123.400. And if I'm not mistaken, I have another chart here on the 1 hour, a little bit lower down. We are moving here in an ABC pattern, okay? So we could have an impulse wave and a correction, which is most likely the case, and then a second impulse to complete a zigzag correction. So the case is a little bit bullish in the short term, because we can expect prices to move around the 38 or 50 Fibonacci retracement of this last wave to the downside, which is around 122, anywhere between 122 and 122.50. And from there is where we can start looking for bears to take over. The MACD gives us some sort of signals that prices indeed can move a little bit higher. Now, moving on the Mexican peso, we talked about this being in a triangle in the longer term, and how we talked about that happening, how we talked about that actually continuing was to have a wave A, wave 2, a wave 3, wave 4, and wave 5. Now this formation seems to have changed a little since we've had this move up here, and I see this now as an open triangle pattern, okay? So ideally, after completing wave 4 over here, okay, now we want to move all the way down to wave 5. That would be probably around the 18 price, okay? And a little lower on the 60 minutes time frame. I am again expecting an impulse wave to the downside, okay? At the last wave, actually, wave 5. But before this happened, there is good chances that this turns out as a correction, as a double zigzag even, or a zigzag, where the 50 Fibonacci retracement level is going to be taken out around 19,400. Now, if that were the case, we're going to validate a very nice head and shoulders formation that will take prices to that level, and from here is we can start looking for sells. Obviously, if prices break below this level, okay, then we are most likely looking for prices to head lower without any significant correction. So I want to thank you for being with us for another day. If you like the video, you can, of course, hit the like button. I would recommend, as always, that you keep an eye on our blog. It's where we cover the latest ideas, provide trading tools, and give you updated latest news to trade successfully.